I'm going to talk a little bit about my Circles graphic organizer and the things that I listed in each concentric circle that are valued, that I think are the values that are listed in these areas. Starting with the center one being me, the things that I value are family, health, social justice, and faith. For school or institution, I work in a large suburban high school right outside of Chicago. And I feel that the things that my school personally values, definitely there's a huge emphasis on valuing the students that play sports. Um, I think that wealth and status are two areas that's very much valued, not only by in my entire in my school community, but being a North Shore school in Illinois is also something that is associated with wealth and status. There's a huge emphasis on college and career being valued, that you must be college bound and pretty much know what you want to do when you come into high school, which does not leave a lot for my um, special education students or students with different needs. Also, just students who want to do something different, maybe work with their hands. So, um, the other large area I think is standardized testing and AP classes. There's a huge emphasis on everybody trying to take an AP class, and we know with that comes a lot of classism, but just racism involved. There's a lot of money involved in standardized testing and AP, as we know. But those are some of the things that I think that are valued. Particularly at my high school. When we get down to my town, well, I live in a big city. I live in Chicago. So some of the things that I do think that are valued, I think we are valued for our diversity. We have a lot of diverse people, religions, races, etc. However, I did put over here on this side that it's still valued that people are separated. There's a lot of segregation that still goes on within neighborhoods. Um, in terms of the way the city is graphed, rich versus poor, black and brown areas not getting as much resources as other areas of the city. Um, Wealth, of course, is emphasized still, and politics. We are known for our politics. Some not so great, but that's a big thing here in Chicago. Um, and I think our sports teams are also something that we value quite a bit, and that in itself, when it comes to the teams, are can also be racially um, divided. There's some things that go into our sports teams as well, especially baseball. When I get to the state, I think there's a big emphasis on city versus rural areas. Our cities and suburbs get a lot more resources. When you go downstate, you don't see as much, especially in the schools, and it's much more farm down there, emphasis on farm. Political affiliation, I think that's big here in our state, along with being a blue state. That is something that's valued and emphasized. We have been a blue state always. Um, Money, of course, and I think, um, money and status are all something that's emphasized even at the state level. A lot of decisions are made of where the resources go. And then country. In our country, I think just these are just some of the things I listed that I think we value. There's certainly a lot more. But I put patriarchy and just male dominance. Um, Whiteness is very much emphasized in our country. Um, Money, political affiliation, very much valued. Status, and then red versus blue. That's a huge thing right now, especially as we get closer to the election. Thank you. Those are just some of the things that are listed in my Circles graphic organizer.